NBA playoffs. First, the Lakers fired their coach today, and I saw Russell Westbrook's exit interview, and he goes, well, I don't know why me and coach didn't click. He goes, he felt like I had to prove something to him. Yeah, Russell. Russell Westbrook is so bad that he didn't even know that he had to show the coach. Like, you can't bring your resume from your past into this season and think you're going to win. The NBA is in a bad place. I would probably not bet on the Nets to win the whole thing. If anybody's putting bets in. Kyrie Irving, I'm not really sold on his true intent with why he sat out half the games. I know Kyrie Irving since he was in high school at Montclair in New Jersey. He's been an injury-prone little bitch since he was 14. He was always the best player, and he was always getting hurt. So I think Kyrie calculated the half the season thing, and Kyrie's got to stay healthy all for a grind. They can't sit out whenever they want. So Durant and Kyrie, Durant is great, but him and Kyrie got to stay healthy, and the rest of the team, I don't like them. And plus, I'm just giving you the fast version. Milwaukee is not afraid of the Nets. Milwaukee is not afraid of the Nets. I'm sick of hearing that shit. If his shoe size was 1 foot small, that's bullshit. Milwaukee is not afraid of the Nets. And, I think Giannis is really, truly the best player in the league. Like, Giannis is really the best player right now. And, it's just the narrative of the media. They want to tell you LeBron and Durant, KD, you got Kevin Durant telling fans, sit down and shut the fuck up. Yo, you know how players always say, well, those fans on Twitter, they would never say that to us in real life. I'm going to go backwards on Kevin Durant. I don't think Kevin Durant would look at me and say, sit down and shut the fuck up if me and him were alone looking at each other. I don't think he'd have the balls to do it. And I know I'd knock him the fuck out. You see what I'm saying? So now you're seeing Durant get this fake tough guy persona at the games. Why don't you sit down and shut the fuck up? I'm like, wow. When did Kevin Durant become a tough guy with his little patchy bald head? Oh, man. The league, the NBA has a black eye right now. You got LeBron. For the first time in his life, he made a little mistake. But that's what happens in life. You live, you learn. You're bound to make a mistake at some point as you're going. Because he's had so much success and greatness. They let him do a little too much. He got too much power. And he brought Westbrook in instead of DeRozan. And we all know what happened with him. But let's get on to tonight. Tomorrow night. Nets, Cavs. I got to say the Nets will probably win the game. But Cleveland is a live team. Don't be surprised if Cleveland loses and then beats the winner of the 9-10 maybe. You never know. It'll be Atlanta or Charlotte. Man, if the Nets ever lose to Cleveland, that Atlanta-Charlotte game, the East has good teams. Atlanta and Charlotte, either one of those teams could beat the Nets in a one-game thing if they lose. I would love to see the Nets lose. But listen, I would go, if it's Milwaukee or Phoenix is probably going to win it all. I think Milwaukee is going to win the whole thing. I don't trust Phoenix because little fatso, old man Chris Paul, he's a soft tissue injury beast. He gets hurt his whole life. He never makes it. Now, he's ready for the playoffs, but all it takes is one tweak. There goes Chris Paul. I've been watching it for 12, 13, 14 years. So you got to keep injuries into your future's mind because these guys that go down all the time, I don't like that. Milwaukee, tough. Memphis, tough but young. Little young. Memphis is like how Oklahoma City was years ago when all those guys were babies. Westbrook, Durant, Harden. Little young. They're going to go far maybe. They'll get out of the first round. But it's going to be tough for them to win the whole thing. So if Phoenix doesn't come out of the West, anybody could. Frank Vogel got fired. Terrible. Poor Frank. He can't go back and coach that bullshit team anymore. Man, I don't know. Ben Simmons, that's another reason why you can't bet the Nets. Ben Simmons hasn't even been cleared to run yet. He has never played with those guys. I don't know. The NBA is in shambles. We got the Nets, Cavs, and then we got the Clippers, T-Wolves tomorrow. Guys, if you don't know about the Clippers, the T-Wolves, they're a good team. The T-Wolves are a good team. They got Towns is playing the best I've ever seen him in my life. Anthony Edwards is a superstar player. Russell, Pat Beverly on defense, Malik Beasley off the bench. The Clippers, Paul George just came back. Kawhi's not playing. The Clippers are, to me, they're fugazi. I kind of like the T-Wolves tomorrow. So I'll do Wednesday's games tomorrow. But the NBA, a little down. I'm interested to see the plot and the storyline of these playoffs. Tomorrow I'm going to go over the other matchups for Wednesday. And then once we have the series down, I'm going to do a series special for each series and who I think is better and what's going on. But if you want futures bets, don't go with the Nets. I would not go with the Nets. I don't trust them. It's hard. You got to earn trust. I don't trust them. So go with Milwaukee to win the whole thing. Now, here's the thing. Golden State is the 4th favorite. I know it's Milwaukee, Phoenix, Memphis, I think, and then Golden State is plus 900. So that means Miami Heat, Boston Celtics are all more than plus 900. So take a look at the Heat. Why would the Heat be farther odds to win the championship than Golden State? The Heat are the number 1 seed. Like, what? They got a fucking TEAM team. Golden State, they're banking on Steph, Clay, and Draymond. Listen, Draymond Green has been on the decline. Klay Thompson, both his legs blew off. We don't know what's going on. Steph Curry's coming back from a sprain. He's going to be out of rhythm. I wouldn't put any money on Golden State. I'm just giving you little feelers on what I think for now. But I'm gonna really analyze everything. I just wanted to get back on the wagon. I took like 2 weeks off. My plane got delayed for 3 more days. So I'll be home in a couple days, but I wanted to start going. So when I come home and we're doing the NBA talk and everything, I'm sharper. So tomorrow, of course, you got to like the Nets, but I'm rooting for the Cavs. And I kind of like the Clippers. Why do I keep saying that? I kind of like the T-Wolves over the Clippers. I like the T-Wolves. And if they lose, if the T-Wolves do happen to lose, they'll play the winner of the Spurs-Pelicans. Look how weak the West is. You want an automatic in a series? Phoenix in the first round against the Spurs or Pelicans. If that happens, oh my God. Those teams are terrible. So, yeah, Phoenix ain't losing the first round. If the Timberwolves somehow lose and then win and then go to the number 8 seed, that could be a problem for Phoenix. I'll get to that in the future. If there's one team talented enough to fuck with Phoenix, it's Minnesota. It's not the Clippers. It's not the Spurs. It's not the Thunder without Zion. Thunder, holy shit. Is it Pelicans or Thunder? Oh, Pelicans, I'm sorry. I don't know why I said Thunder. Pelicans. With Brandon Ingram, without Zion, it's not the Pelicans. So I'd like to see the T-Wolves somehow end up in 8. So I'd like to see the T-Wolves get beat and then win in the second one, because this is the 7-8. 7-8 gets 2 chances. If you don't know how the playoffs works, 7 and 8 play, 9 and 10 play. 7 and 8 play first. The winner is number 7. They're in. The loser has to play again. 9 and 10 play. The winner have to beat the loser of 7 and 8. The loser of 7 and 8 plays the winner of 9 and 10 for the 8th seed. It's pretty easy. So, unless you're living under a rock and you haven't been watching, it's Neighborhood Picks, YouTube, Neighborhood Picks, Twitter, Neighborhood Picks, Instagram. You see the blue sign with the N, that's me. I'm going to get going again. We're going to talk about everything. We're going to stay on the NFL all year because it's pretty much an all-year thing with fantasy and the draft. And then all of a sudden, before you know it, you're getting ready for your draft at the end of the summer. So we're always going to stay on football. Got to talk a little combat sports. Same thing with basketball. And got to get Patty Pucks and Petey Pucks. I got 2 Pucks guys. So we got to get the hockey going. I know they're starting a little later, but we'll get it going. But that's it for now. And when Carmelo calls me, I wanted to get his opinion on some of this NBA stuff. So hopefully I come on with him soon. But until then, I'll see you guys soon.